Welcome to lesson 19, rate of change and initial value. We looked at rate of change, we got introduced to it last lesson. Now we are going to look at rate of change with initial value and speak on it more. So far, let's review what we know about linear relationships by thinking about our streaming service example, a new subscription. This time we're going to be thinking of a music streaming service that charges $12 a month and $3 for premium add-ons. If we buy 0 add-ons, how much are you paying? First, we need to come up with an expression to look at our total cost. So our cost for this would be $12 per month plus $3 times every add-on we get. If we get 0 add-ons, we can solve for this. 12 plus 0 is just 12. So if we get no add-ons, we are just paying our $12 a month fee. What happens if we buy 1 add-on? Three times 1 is 3. 12 plus 3 is 15. So our total cost would be $15 if we did 1 add-on. So what is changing here? Our total cost is changing. And what is staying the same? Our $12 a month fee. Let's build this table. So if we were to have 1 add-on, 0 add-ons, it would be the $12 fee. If we have 1 add-on, it would be $15. 2 add-ons, $18. 3 add-ons, $21. So what is increasing? It's the total cost. And how much is it increasing each time? So to get from 12 to 15, we have to add 3. 15 to 18, we have to add 3. 18 to 21, we have to add 3. So it is increasing by 3 each time. Here is what we know. The increasing by 3 each time is our rate of change. And when the 12 is when x is 0. When we have no add-ons, when x is 0, our y is 12. That's what we see here, because this is our x and this is our y. So when x is 0, y is 12. Down here, when x is 0, we have 12. That brings us to our initial value, where we start. That's our initial value. Just a more formal definition, what is rate of change? It is the amount y increases or decreases for every 1 increase in x. So as x increases, how much is y changing? If you're working on a table of data, then you will subtract your y values to find the differences. On a graph, you're going to look at rise over run. You're going to look at your slope. And this we were going to visit in future lessons. For initial value, the value of y when x is 0. On a graph, you're going to look, where does the line cross on the y-axis? Where is that intersection point? And in a word problem, you're going to see, where is the starting amount before anything changes? Let's look at this table about a dog walking service. They charge a $5 flat booking fee, and then $8 a walk. So we're given this information. I'm going to add just so we can see it here on one table. Okay. Let's first find our differences in y. We're going to find our rate of change. So we see from 5 to 13, the difference is 8. 13 to 21, the difference is 8. 21 to 29, the difference is 8. So we are noticing our rate of change is the same. It is constant. So we know a couple things then. We know this is a linear relationship, and the graph would be a straight line. What is the rate of change? So it's going up by 8 each walk. Show how you know. And we showed how we know by doing differences on our table. What is the initial value? Let's look at our table. When x is 0, what is our y? So when there's no walks happening, what's our starting point? Our total cost is 5. So our initial value is 5. What does the rate of change mean in this situation? This means that there's an increase of $8 per every walk added. And what does that initial value represent? That initial value is the $5 booking fee. So that initial value represents that $5 fee where they're saying, even if you take no walks with us, just to book us, you have to pay your $5. Now here's a graph of a line crossing the x-axis at 10. Let me make a little point there. And rising 4 units for every 1 unit across. Up here, it's labeling our line and it's showing us our graph. So what is the initial value? What is y when x is 0? This dot here. Let's see. When x is 0, our y is 10. That's our initial value. And what is the rate of change? Our rate of change, it's going up by 4 every unit. And we got that from our word problem. It's going up 4 units for every unit across. That's our rate of change. How do we know from the graph? We can look at this. So it's going up 4 for every 1 unit. So this is 1. And we can find our next point. And if we go over. So our answer here is a linear line, increasing. A note at the bottom, remember the initial value is the y-intercept, and the rate of change is our slope. And we spoke about rise over run. How much does it rise when it goes across, run across? That brings us to the end of our worksheet. So you can go complete your student worksheet, and I will see you next lesson.